Hey there, it's Brian Bogner and Greg Towner with Parallel Portfolios. And of course, it's time for our 5 charts in 5 minutes. So we've got 5 minutes. Let's get this thing started. Greg, take it away.
All right, yeah, let's start right out with a 3-year look at the S&P 500 like we normally like to do. Obviously, we all know we've been in a downtrend for this year, right? Just keep making lower points here. Yeah, we'll say we're trying to kind of find some lows around the June lows, perhaps. Still early to say. No question, there's a lot of resistance above us if we do continue to rally. But what happens when you're in a downtrend like this? You get a lot of negative views, right? That the bear case is always easy to make. It just kind of seems smart and, grab on people's fears. Seems really easy to make right now. These are just some headlines that we grabbed. Inflation, nuclear war potential, bear market. The Fed says there might be recession. The fine print one at the bottom, the Bloomberg economists say there's a 100% chance of recession next year. So, doesn't the market kind of look ahead? Maybe they're already factoring some of that in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There is so much negativity right now, Greg. I was actually watching, and I never watch CNBC. I never do. And I happened to just catch a snippet of it. And this anchor was just eviscerating his guest, who was an analyst, because the guest had some bullish thoughts and was just like almost saying like, how dare you talk about bullish stuff here? The negativity right now is overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly. It's very easy to make the bear case. So what we'd like to do today is point out a couple of potential silver linings. They still need a catalyst to kind of get things going, but if they do, these could work to our advantage. So one thing we don't talk a lot about is seasonality. We're just coming out of the worst seasonal period, both if you look at the calendar year, as well as this year, the 4-year presidential cycle. But the yellow shows where we are now in this cycle. So we're just now starting the best seasonal stretch for stocks. Obviously, there's no guarantee that's going to hold true this time. But again, if something, kind of a positive catalyst starts things off, we have this at our backs. But even more important, in our opinion, we talk a lot about sentiment. We have a couple of charts on it today. This is a chart that looks at the fund managers and what their opinion is of things. The dark blue is their view of the economy over the next 12 months. So looking forward, their view of the economy is the worst on record, worse than the financial crisis, worse than the tech bubble, really doom view baked in already. The light blue is their view of the S&P 500, also negative, looking forward the next 12 months. Not at a record, but still very negative. So how are they positioned? This is their cash levels in their funds, the highest going all the way back to 2001 period. So they're positioned negatively. And we know what happens, right? If for fund managers, if the market does take off for whatever reason that may be, they're going to have to chase because they know their bonus is on the line. They need to keep up with the market. So if the market was to continue to rally, we've had a couple of decent days, it could go higher. And one thing I think is important for people to keep in mind as we wind up here is at the beginning of a bull market, it looks very similar to a bear market rally. We've had some bear market rallies this year. If we have another one now, inevitably everybody's going to be calling it that. And I don't blame them. I think that the burden of proof is on the bulls. We need to break out. Some things need to happen from a technical perspective. But early on, a bear market rally and a new bull market look and feel the same. So be careful of making assumptions. You want to stay open-minded because what happens from a behavioral standpoint is if people just assume, oh, this rally is going to peter out at this level.
Right.
And then what happens if it keeps going, Brian? We know that they don't want to get in at that point. Oh, I missed out.
Right.
I missed out. I keep making excuses. So we don't know if this is going to be a bear market rally or when it will happen. Just stay open-minded to that.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head. Is that you got to hit the nail on the head? Is that you've got to be very open-minded right now. The amount of bearishness, the amount of negativity that is in the market, that is out there right now, is overwhelming. And so you can be sucked up into that and just be doom and gloom. But you just need to be open to other possibilities, because usually what everyone expects to happen rarely happens in the market. Now, we're not saying, we're in a bull market or anything like that, but we're just saying that, look, there are some positives out there. There's very negative sentiment. What would be the thing that would surprise everybody right now? Well, it would probably be the market rally. So, just have an open mind. If you have any specific questions about any of this stuff, you know where to reach us. You know how to contact us. We're always here to help you in any way that we can. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.